Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television and radio talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 2 p.m. on the Eastern Time Zone as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. You may find us syndicated on Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast on the newscasters.com. You can also find us on the radio. Yeah, we're the biggest country station in South Carolina, WZLA. So good to be part of that team as well. Got a lot more things that we're working on. I'll be able to tell you about that a little bit later on. Continue sending email, by the way. I love them, and it just makes my day to hear from you. You can send an email to Donna@DonnasEdge.com, Donna@DonnasEdge.com. I have a special guest with me right now. He is Beau Brown, and he is running for Congress. Talk to us. Why are you running for Congress?
Hey, Donald. Sorry. Hey, Donna. Thanks for having me today. Running on my own convictions. I'm just a regular American. I'm just a regular everyday American that's running like the founders intended it. This short special election cycle, I saw it as an opportunity for somebody like me that's working to make ends meet to really throw their hat in the ring and affect change at a higher level and provide some accountability that hasn't been there in recent years. Actually, probably never.
I would say that is being a gum chewing, walking around boots on the ground American. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm going to tell you, I love interviewing people who are not career politicians. And it's just so much fun because you've had boots on the ground. You know where we're coming from, running a business and all the details and things we do in an everyday life. So what are you doing right now? And what got you to the point of thinking, I think I want to run for Congress?
Yeah, well, no one saw that Marjorie Taylor Greene was going to resign. No one had that in their purview. So when she did resign, like I said, I thought about running state and local politics, but I'm a busy man, just like most people are busy, working, earn a living. I take care of my family, and I work each and every day. So I thought this was the best opportunity for somebody like me to use my savings and things that I've done to really throw my hat in the ring and just show people that I can do the job and I can be honest. And I'm not from the political fray. I'm not from the elite class. I'm just a blue collar, everyday American that's trying to promote change and protect our liberties and protect what God has given us, our God-given rights. So. I'm happy to answer all the questions. People can reach out to me, Beau Brown for Congress.com. They can go to my Facebook page, Beau Brown, U.S. House of Representatives, or find me on X at Beau Brown, Northwest Georgia. It's just NWGA. So I've grown up in I was born and raised in Rome, Georgia. I've been here for 37 years, besides the time I spent in Athens to get my bachelor's degree from the University of Georgia. I was a Terry College of Business ambassador. And also worked at Chick-fil-A. So I funded myself through college. So I've worked every kind of job you can think, from pharmacy technician to bussing tables to being a server to working at an eyeglass store to pouring concrete with my dad. He's a foundation contractor. Still to this day, he's 69 years old. I'm trying to get him to retire, but I've had my hands deep in the dirt. But obviously I pushed through and stayed the course, and God's blessed me in my career field of risk management, where I've been working in the Northwest Georgia region for the last over a decade, providing risk management solutions to business owners and C-suite executives, mainly around property, asset protection and insurance. So I've seen a lot of business owners, from Paulding County to Polk County, all the way up to Dade County and Whitfield, corporate capital of the world. So people may recognize me from that aspect, but I'm nobody. I'm just a guy that chose to run, and really, maybe this is an act of civil expression, but the Constitution lays it out in Article 1, Section 2. Anybody can run for Congress, and maybe it's time for somebody like me to be voted in there, where we can have some true accountability and some true honesty in the position, and just to do what, to do what's right. I get paid to pay attention to detail, and that's what I'm going to do for Georgia 14, should I be given the opportunity.
Well, let me ask you about your core beliefs, because that's really important to folks like me, boots on the ground. What do you really believe in? And then how would you apply that with a position in Congress?
Yeah. First and foremost, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I don't look at Trump as a savior. He's the president of the United States, and he's doing a great job, but Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Number two, I'm America first. I think the American citizenship should be a premium. And I think over the last decade, name it 30, 40 years, American citizenship is not held in high regard anymore when it comes to, our voice in Washington. It seems like everyone else everyone else gets a say, and we're the last ones in line to be heard from our representatives. And that's what I want to do. So my pledge is to be the most accessible representative for Georgia 14 that's ever served. I'm going to be in this district more than I'm in Washington, as much as I can be, solving problems and addressing issues that come about. So that's one thing that's close home to me. I want to be accessible because I don't want to I don't see Washington as a lifetime appointment. It's a job. And when you get a job, you work hard, you figure it out, and good things happen. And that's what's going to, I'm going to make good things happen for us. So, but yeah, America first, Georgia 14 first, reinvigorating the American dream. I feel like it's been lost over the past, years. People my age, it's tough. And then people below me it's even worse. So I think having someone that's a millennial can bridge the gap between the old and the future to protect what is there for, the seniors that are there, but also kind of be more in the fight towards issues that affect us. Georgia 14 has 800,000 residents, and about 15, it's kind of spread evenly between all ages. But I just want to do what's right and, learn all the issues. So I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn.
Let me ask you a question. This pertains to, us folks who have worked a lifetime, and we've paid into Social Security, and then we see someone who is illegal, and we love everyone. For goodness sakes, my daughter-in-law is from Russia, but she is a legal citizen of the United States. She was brought here when she was 9 years old. And she knows more American history than most Americans know. I mean, she really studied the books for it. And she's a proud card-toting American. I mean, she's really, really proud of it. And we're proud of her. And we love all of the enrichments that she brings to our family from Russia, cooking and all those things. Just really great to have her around. But I went a long way around the road to say this. None of us, including her, think it's fair for people who are not citizens of the United States to be given money and funds. What are your thoughts about that?
Right. Well, I mean, I think that's how it was originally designed. I don't think they had the purview to think people are going to come over here and abuse the system. I think it was originally designed for people to get into this country, earn their right to citizenship, but be true Americans and accept the American way and promote, our American values. And that's been really lost by the wayside. I'm 100% against the fraud, obviously, that what we've have found to be developments in Minnesota with the Somali, peoples taking advantage of our good-hearted, taking advantage of the federal government. So when it comes to fraud, 100% against any fraud. But when it comes to those things, we need to reform it all. I mean, it needs to be reformed to where one of my positions would be changing to eliminate anchor babies. I think we need to pass a law that one parent needs to be a U.S. citizen for you to be able to consider yourself as a born citizen in this country. So but yeah, like you said, is it your daughter-in-law? Is that what you said? Yeah. I mean, people come over here, they repatriate dollars back to their home country. They don't learn our language. They really, and they'll admit it. I've seen X videos. People are like, we're not here because we love America. We're here because we're here for the money. They straight up admit it. And so we got to find a way to really, cut that off. And really, in a sense, if we find the fraud, we cut off what the fraud entails. That provides us more money for the people who actually need it, the American citizens that are struggling, the American citizens that need those benefits. I think we need to really take a lens and look at it and really dig deep to get rid of that fraud and abuse.
Well, again, being a walking around, gum chewing, boots on the ground American, I've seen a lot of stuff. So I lived in North Alabama. That's where I'm from originally. And so it was an easy move for us. So there's a lot of corruption going on. And part of that corruption is in a small town that's, I'm going to tell you what, it was like picture perfect. It was Mayberry, USA. This town used to be. Now it is covered with folks who are not American citizens that complain constantly. They're not given enough. And I don't know, we feel like our mayors and city council knew about this coming in, but I don't know, filtering money coming, who knows what.
Yeah.
So we own 38 acres in Alabama, sold them. One reason we sold them is someone was making meth on our land.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a farm. I do gardening, and University of Auburn, by the way, War Eagle, and through hydroponics. And but anyway, I was gardening, and so I was walking out across the land, and I called my husband. And I said, "What is this?" There were jugs out there, all kinds of stuff that my cows didn't do it. Okay, so we called local enforcement, and they didn't seem to want to do anything about it. And so that was pretty aggravating. So my son said, "We're moving to Abbeville, South Carolina. You're going to move too." And I said, "You know what? I'm not going to argue with you this time. I'm in an area right now that's totally different. They don't allow all that stuff. But I'm just telling you, you can lose citizens based on them feeling like they're not being taken care of." And I'm seeing a lot of folks moving.
Yeah, that refers back to my stance on American citizenship. Americans need to be, my goal is to reprioritize spending in Washington to benefit the American citizen first and foremost. And they've wasted too much money sending it overseas to fight wars, and just the wasteful spending on things that they study that, we've all seen the studies that were over a snail in some forest that took $3-4 million to do. Yeah. We need to really reprioritize our spending to benefit the American taxpayer, or be able to cut spending in such a way that we, give back to the American taxpayer. Like Trump, number one, he's spoken this multiple times. With the tariffs coming in, he says maybe soon we'll see the income tax go away. And if he can really accomplish that would be an amazing thing. Americans not paying income tax, especially federal income tax, which could be upwards of 24%. So, we're in Georgia 14. I'm all for Georgia. The number one thing I'm going to do is put more money back in your pockets. I'm going to find a way to do that. They've already kind of worked on that at the state level with next year removing state income tax for those that make less than $100,000. So that's going to really be a big benefit, between $2,500 to $5,000 back into Georgian pockets. But if we can get rid of federal income tax, people taking 98% of their check home besides Social Security and FICA or whatever it is, I think people, that would be an immediate impact and will combat this affordability issue that we have when it comes to life isn't designed to go to work and never enjoy the fruits of your labor. Mm-hmm. Give American citizens a chance to enjoy the fruits of their labor. What are we doing this for? We're just a cog in a wheel. And I'm all for the middle class and bringing up the middle class and the American people. So you've had your people in there that take care of the the ultra millionaires. I'm the guy that's for the blue class, for the hardworking American man and woman that clock in every day and can't seem to see the future anymore because it's been stolen from them. So I'm that vote that you need to make if you want true change in Washington.
Sounds good. Let's go into a commercial break. Time flies by when you're having fun. So let's go to a commercial break. I'll be right back in just a few minutes. Everybody hang in there. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities. Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Television and Radio Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching. Every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 2 p.m. on the Eastern Time Zone, I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. By the way, you can find us on all the social media pages as well. We do all of that. So if you're working at 2 o'clock, don't get into trouble with your boss. Find us on Facebook a little bit later. You can watch it that way as well. But again, thank you. Any way you watch, we definitely appreciate that. I have Beau Brown with me right now for Congress, and he's running, and I really like your platform. I wanted to ask you a question. I am big into fair tax. I've been studying on this for quite a few years. I love the whole idea, again, that I own a house, and I don't have to pay taxes on it, even though it's paid for. I mean, first of all, that's ridiculous. It makes no sense whatsoever. I paid for it, and now I still got to pay taxes on it. Are you familiar with fair tax or with flat tax?
Yeah, I'm familiar with fair tax. Mike Huckabee ran that when he ran for president a long time ago, so I'm very familiar with it. There is some dissenting, people on the other side that say that disproportionately affects people of lower income, but I think a flat tax would be a great opportunity, for Americans. If we can't get rid of the federal income tax, I think we definitely need to look into a flat tax and what that means for Americans. And I haven't done a lot of studies on it, obviously, but what you said about the home tax, Florida is looking at this. I think Georgia needs to look at it. And we could maybe a federal bill to get rid of the homestead tax. So if we can do that across America and people don't have to pay tax on their home, especially when they pay it off. Like my mom and dad have paid off their house and they're still paying property tax on it. And in some cases, people are still paying property and the school tax when they don't even have kids. Their kids are grown and have kids. And so I think maybe eliminating the homestead tax would be a great opportunity to obviously show Americans that we care, show Americans that Congress is listening, because people are strapped. Property tax is a hot button issue where I'm from. And, I think the government should be able to do their job, do it well in a sense where the money they have is, spent wisely. Because if Americans have to tighten their belt every month, then the government should break even. There shouldn't be any surplus, and we definitely shouldn't be running deficits. So we need to do a constitutional amendment to have a budget in place. And if that budget can't be put in place, that Congress will stay in session until we get a budget for the year. We cannot keep doing these continuing resolutions.
Well, I don't mind paying some tax, but I don't want everything I earn to go into taxes, especially when there's so much wasteful spending. And I'm not in that by myself either. Let's talk a little bit about education. First of all, I wanted to mention tech jobs. And Piedmont College up here, and technical colleges, they're doing phenomenal things with the students out here. My dad was a welder, always worked for, hands-on jobs. And we weren't millionaires, but I'll have to tell you, I wore nice clothes and got to eat meat at every meal. So it was always a promising career for him. He always moved up the ladder really fast. He only worked at 3 companies that I know of his entire career, but he always moved up really fast. And it was all about doing your job and being trained. What are your thoughts about tech schools? Could they receive more funding to help students to better understand what kind of careers they can have?
Yeah, I think there is an opportunity to bring more money back to build up the technical school industry. My brother went through the technical school, pathway, and he's very successful today. Makes more money than me. So, and I went to the University of Georgia. So, I think, especially given with the onset of AI and losing a lot of those entry level service jobs. We need to refocus a generation towards technical, electrical, all the things, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, metalworking, like you said, or auto repair. I heard that, I've talked to auto repair owners, they can't find help, they're struggling to find help. So, that would be a great opportunity to reinvest into, an opportunity to have the American dream, because those are high paying jobs. And I don't think people realize what's available to them.
Oh, and the jobs women can do. I know a lady who's a welder, and she makes jewelry all over the world. As a matter of fact, I do that. So I started my first business when I was 11 years old. Used to make little love beads and sold them at school. And so it turned into an industry for me. But women could do welding jobs. Went through Piedmont Technical College. And so just watching people at work and the detail women can put into things is incredible. I mean, it really can. So it's for everybody. I would just like for people to get out of the focus on, well, it's just a tech job. So we moved into this new house. We had an electrician come out. It was a younger guy, and also a younger guy was with him. So after they did a phenomenal job. And so I said, I just wanted to say, I'm so proud of you guys. Where did you get they went to Piedmont Technical College. And so one of the guys said, he said, all of my friends kind of made fun of me a little bit because I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to be, an electrician. And he said, but now when we all go out to eat, I'm the only one who can order steak. I mean, he said they're all starving to death and paying for their college debt. They got all that behind them as well. I would just like for people to see the new opportunity out there. And I believe you can do that. I think you can help younger folks see.
Yeah. Well, speaking on helping younger folks, a big thing, even Trump's doing this right now, the H-1B visas, that really affects our are newly graduates, the college age individual that's trying to find that entry level job. So I would really be against or really for outlawing these H-1B visas for the time being. Maybe put a moratorium on them because these companies. I think Trump did it with $100,000 fee now, so that's kind of limiting the foreign labor. But we really got to get back to hiring American and giving these people an opportunity to start out on the American dream. They graduate in our district specifically. The unemployment rate's at 9% with these people that have graduated and can't find jobs, and that's double the national average. So we've really got to do a good job to keep their morale up, keep them invested in their own self, and I think getting rid of the H-1B visa process will make these companies turn back to American workers and American trained professionals.
Okay, let me ask you another question. This is pertaining to people who don't vote. First of all, my mother a Republican, my dad a Democrat. They could have easily stayed at home because they canceled each other's vote out anyway. But they still did it. They still jumped in the car and they still went and they voted. And I thought everybody voted. I just thought they did until I helped at the polling booth one time. I could not believe such a low amount of people went out and voted. Just blew my mind. So let's talk with folks about getting off their self and getting out and voting. You've got an important election coming up in just a few weeks.
Yeah. Everyone needs to get out and vote, get out and support the candidate of your choice. I don't know how many will be in this race. It's a short contested race. We start early voting on February 16th. The actual election day is March 10th. So it's a very short time frame to find out who you really want to represent you in Washington. There's probably going to be 12 to 15 candidates on the ballot. So one of them being a Democrat, and he's well funded. So Republicans don't need to sit this one out. They really need to get out there, campaign, get people to register to vote, make sure they're going to show up and vote for the special election. And I would love to have your vote for Beau Brown for Congress. But yeah, we don't want everybody voting because the Democrats, that's kind of how we got here with, the dead voting and illegals voting. So I'm definitely, I echoed President Trump. We need a national voter ID law. We need to get rid of these electronic voting machines and go back to paper watermark ballots. And if we want safe and honest elections, we really need to outlaw mail-in voting. If you want a mail-in ballot, you would have to register for it ahead of time to get that, and through a verification process. We don't need just 30, 40 envelopes mailed out to whoever, and to these apartment complexes. Someone just got caught. There was a landlord that took all the apartment complex mail-in voting and voted. So there is fraud out there. When there's no fraud, and Donald Trump didn't win the election in 2020. They're kind of full of it. So.
Absolutely. Okay, but we're going to have to call it a day. So why don't you tell folks how they can get in contact with you if you want to volunteer or maybe help send some money your way? What can they do?
Yeah, please. I mean, I'm actually going tomorrow for my qualifying fee. It's in this document. It's $5,200. So it's coming out of my pocket. Everything you send me would be going to just marketing and getting my campaign off the ground. So BeauBrownForCongress.com. There's a donate button there. And then also, if you would follow me at Facebook, on my Facebook page, or find me on X. If you just type in Beau Brown for Congress, I'm sure you can find all my links. They're actually tagged. They're linked in my website. So I'd recommend everybody go there. If you have an extra 10, 15, 20 bucks, throw it my way. It's going to go for, true campaign funds. I'm not going to spend it in vain. So like I said, I will say this, it's not about what you have. It's about what you do with what you have. And I can say that I've done more with less than any other candidate in this campaign. And I'd really appreciate you believing in me. And if I could, imagine what I could do if I had the support of Georgia 14.
There you go. Thank you so much, Beau, for being with me on the show today. And thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely appreciate that. And continue sending email, Donna@donnasedge.com. Donna@donnasedge.com. And if you folks in Georgia don't get out there and vote, Beau and I are going to go to your house and we're going to eat up all of your food. How about that? So there you go. Only if you're going to vote the right way. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you again so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.